Welcome to my listing with Jamaica Home here in Orange River, Richmond, St. Mary. Richmond is a mere 10-minute drive from Highgate, which I would consider the academic capital of St. Mary. It has Marymount High School, St. Mary High School, plus a couple of prep schools and primary school. And right here in Richmond is the St. Mary Technical High School. The listing that we're featuring today is a nice 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, nestled on a hill, nicely perched, country home. It's on 1 acre, a little over an acre, to be exact 1.05 acre. And it's a well-fruited property. But as I introduce the property to you, you will see more of the fruit trees and all that this beautiful property has to offer. So come with me as we traverse this driveway leading up to the house. The fence line can be seen on the left side of the property here. So this should be the eastern boundary of the property. Great use of land space, well fruited throughout. There's mango, there's banana, there's coconut. Further up we'll see guava, sugar cane, June plum. The driveway is a little steep, but nothing that an SUV or good tires can't handle. Even with a car, you should be able to make it up here once you have good tires and traction. This house does need some upgrades and some real TLC, as we say, tender loving care. But beginning, we start here with a 2-car garage. There's a little courtyard at the front. And what I like about this property is the immediate yard space from the driveway has an inner fence, which is a good line of demarcation for your yard. And this can be enhanced, of course, with a better fencing over time. But then there's also another fence on the western side of the property, which is the line of demarcation for the property in totality. So the 1 acre, or approximately 1 acre, is defined by the fence on the western boundary. We'll come back to the entrance here, but remember, I'm just giving you a tour of the yard space first, which for me is the big selling point of this property, because it is well fruited, clearly a very fertile soil, and has a lot of fruits, ground provisions to offer. There was even a chicken coop here, so you could have your own free-range chickens raised on this property. So the previous owner, or the current owner, did have a chicken coop here. And of course other livestock can be raised on this farm because you have the space for it. So guava is here. I'm actually going to pick a guava because I love guavas. Quite sweet too. We have mango, banana, as I mentioned before. There's corn. And while I won't take you to the southern boundary, you'll get a good enough idea of the lay of the land here in Richmond. It's gently sloping from here to the boundary, but as I've mentioned, as I can't overemphasize enough, great use of space. I'm seeing tomatoes being grown in the background there as well. This looks like a pumpkin patch here, and there's also one around there. Having given you an overview of what this 1.05 acre property has to offer, we're now going to proceed to the main feature, which is the house. This 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. Nicely perched on the hill here in Richmond, St. Mary. So the courtyard at the front here is a nice little feature. Of course, as I've mentioned before, this house has a lot of scope for opportunities. We just need a visionary who can take advantage of it. So the veranda here has 3 access points. It opens out from the primary bedroom there. There's another door here from the living room, and the 3rd door here is from another bedroom. We're going to make our way through the living room first. The house does need fairly major upgrades, but one thing I can highlight is the fact that the windows are fairly new. They seem to be aluminum and they're all fully meshed. So we're making our way through the living room. Then there is a dining room here. Actually 2 dining rooms, so you have the choice of this one, which seems to be less formal. And if you wanted to add a bit more formality or just some additional space, there's another dining room. Another nice feature of this house is that there are 3 access points to the backyard. So there's one from the dining room here, there's one from the kitchen, and when we get to the other side by the washroom, you will see the 3rd access point to the backyard. So on this side of the house, which I would call the western section, is the bedroom, which I pointed out initially. access to the veranda from there. And it has its own bathroom on this side. Looking at the roof of this house, and it's zinc, so that can also be easily transformed depending on what the new owner desires. So if they want to retain zinc, I'm sure that's an easy fix, and if they want to totally gut it and put on a roof of their choice, there's that option as well. So we're heading to the other side of the house. We'll start with the washroom at the back here, which, as I had mentioned, opens out onto the backyard, which is perfect because if you like natural sunlight for drying your clothes and so on, you could easily string a line back there and dry your clothes. On the other side, here's a little storeroom, which is also accessible from outside. This is what I would consider bedroom number 2 or 3, as you may define it. And it has its own bathroom leading from the living room here. Our last stop is the primary bedroom, which obviously has its own ensuite bathroom here. All in all, the bones of this house seem to be solid. It just needs some cosmetic and other improvements to make it, you know, suitable for the new owner, whatever their taste and desire is that they want to achieve. So it's listed at 18 million Jamaican, which is approximately 120,000 US, and the price is negotiable. Thanks for being my guest on another property feature. Remember to like, share, or subscribe to Jamaica Homes. It was my pleasure being with you today.